Hello, welcome to chapter 4, and this is a concept number 2. I'm gonna be showing you how to create a young hero and a 3/4 face. It's like a typical hero for like video games and comic book movie and things like that. All the conceptual works. Um, so let's get started. And this one is since the first one that we did is right here, it's like a fantasy warrior type kind of thing. This one I'm just gonna make it from the scratch. And some of you asked me how, like, what kind of size of the canvas I use. I'm just gonna show you, like, I use usually like in between like 2,000 or 3,000 pixel to paint on, but this one I don't know. Just kind of trying to restart. And usually I'll start off with the smaller one first. I'm just gonna remake the canvas. So I'm gonna make 500 by 700. That's usually what I begin with, and then from there I'll just I start off small and then kind of to make it quicker. If your computer don't have a lot of capacity, then it's good to kind of start small and paint it from small, and then go use a big brush on overall, and then you just kind of multiply by 3 in the end before you end it, like midway in between. I'll show you. So yeah, usually 3,000 pixel, 2,000 pixel is usually pretty much what I paint on, and then it's end up like half. The final size is like half of that or 1/3, but you have to work 2 times that or 3 times that. So I have same thing in the layer and the normal layer in the background and a copy. So now I'm start out with the 3/4 face. Start out with sort of you can start out with the face shape right away, or and then the neck. But if you have watched my previous tutorial, then there's I start a circle and then draw the chin down and things like that. That's work the same way. And now I'm just gonna make him wearing a huge mech suit and stuff. And now I'm doing a circle on the top. See, same thing. And the chin line. It's gonna be a really rough, face sketch, things like that. And establishing the eye line, which is usually halfway between the top and the bottom. There you go, adding some volume to the top of the head, and establishing the mid line of the face, which will determine where your midsection of the face will be, and that's applying the shadow underneath the nose, right there. Let's put it higher. The nose is usually like halfway in between the eye section and the eye line and the chin. So, but if you like doing caricature or kind of modification of the face, exaggeration of the face, trying to make the face look kind of weird, then you can those fixed size can be flexible, and you can kind of use them just to kind of like go off from a realistic proportion. And now you got the eyes and the nose indication. So you're going in, and at this stage, so I remind you again, I still paint pretty sort of lightly, using like a lighter color than a dark one. And now I'm doing the top of the lips, and then doing the neck and the ears, lining up with the eye line, excuse me. So now we have like the mostly the indication of the eyes, nose and lips, and now it looks like a dude's face, and he looked like a sort of superhero kind of type. I mean, the hero kind of type. Give him a short hair. You can give him a long hair if you like. It depends on where your hero personality is and things like that. And the chin, of course, is going to be angular, since he's going to be kind of like a hero, but it's a little less angular than the warrior sort of type. It's kind of like the face will be down, taper more. And then merge everything down and make a copy. You don't have to do that. Just I do that for the purpose of, like, in the tutorial I'll make a booklet or step by step and things like that. So usually I'll just merge everything down and I'll save it. But it's good if you want to save yourself step by step then. And then I tone the opacity down of the layer that I already drawn, so that I can draw on top of it using a darker or a similar value, and you can see less line. It's kind of like you draw with pencil or a brush before you oil paint, and you start off with like a lighter value and then you do from there. So now I'm giving him a mech suit to wear on, like a sort of oversized mech suit. There you go. Adding some things, some wires, some knot and things. So now I'm going into the face and adding some darker value on his eye socket, giving him eyebrows. There you go. This is where I usually started after I lay overall value of the face. And now I'm adding his position of his eyes, and then refining the nose. So now you can see the face kind of coming off right there. I'm trying to refine the side of his face that further away, and now I'm doing his upper lips, trying to refine the shape. It's better, I would say, if in the beginning you refine the shape as accurate as you possibly can, because it's going to save you a lot of time. But if you don't have anything set in mind yet, then you can just do whatever and then refine it later. But the closer the shape to the final shape, will be faster for you. And now I'm painting the hair using the gray still. I don't go black right away because I'm still working with the mid-tone, and sometimes if you go really dark right away, it could like confuse you with the value of the overall value. So now I'm going to put the mid-tone value to the overall faces right there, so that I can work from from the mid-tone, which dark to light. But this guy, he's gonna be a little lighter than the previous guy, so I leave him a lighter spot there in the middle. So now since I'm just gonna go in and do some little bit of value a little more, and then I'll just increase the size and do some more detail. When you start to doing a detail, you have to remember to increase the size so you can like zoom in and do a lot of stuff, and the final final piece will be better when you resize it to smaller. So now I'm shaping up his cheekbones and chin, and on the side of his eyes. So just think of it as a geometry shape when you paint, if you don't have a ref. But if you do, it's great. So now, since I lay out all the value in there, I resize it 3 times from 500 to 1500, and then the rest is gonna adjust itself. 500 and 5x7, it's like pretty much a regular size. So I'm just kind of comparing the size to this one, to the other one, so that it kind of looks similar. So we have some consistency in this tutorial. So now, since it's bigger, I'm gonna zoom in and I can work a little more close up. And then, but I'm just gonna work at this size at the moment because we're still not at the stage of refinement yet. So now I'm doing put some darker value on the eyebrows and put some value on the side of the nose, and creating the eyes. There you go. So you can see in the beginning between the eyes, between those something, the eyes, eyebrows, and the side of the nose bridge. Those are pretty much where the shadow are collectively accumulated. So it usually will be darker than most section, especially if you have a really high nose bridge. And I'm doing So it's started coming together, the eyes and eyebrows. There you go. And now I'm refining his shape of his face, and I add some darker value there, and I'm drawing the shape of the nose down. So now we got the face almost fully established, and then we just have to do the value. So now I'm tweaking his nose. So now he looks like a comic hero, very typical. Now I'm adding some lighter value onto his top of his upper lips. And refining his upper lips. And I'm leaving his lower lip for now. It could be darker and then put the highlights on, but for now you can leave it as is. And I'm gonna go refine the shin part, the underneath, that where the shadow have. Okay. So now we got the lips, and I'm going tweaking the shin a little bit more. That's kind of like at this stage you sort of tweaking the value here and there, and kind of sculpting out the 2D surface to make it look kind of 3D. So now I'm readjusting his jawline, and there you go, coming down. There still have some angular shape, so he still look masculine. And then adjusting on the other side, adding some darker value there since the light didn't hit it. Adding some value under that shadow will fall underneath his nose. So far here's what we got, and in the next chapter I'm gonna show you how to like refine the whole facial structure, and then sculpt it out and make it looks a more flesh out of the value. So now our value arrangement is there, and then all the value that's there can be placed in a certain part of the face, and it will make his face look a little more finished, refined, and then after that we're gonna take it to the color stage. But for now, here's chapter 4, establishing the 3/4 view hero face.